Hello my fellow K-popers, welcome to the second video in the making of a K-pop B-side choreo. If you stumbled upon this video and don't know what's going on, this is basically a behind the scenes of how I make choreography for my favorite K-pop B-side songs. This time I chose Twice's Say Something, a B-side from their second album, Eyes Wide Open. This song came out in 2020, but my love for this song is eternal. When I first heard this song, I was like, what is this dreamy, jazzy melody? What are these ethereal vocals full of longing? And then some onces in the comments mentioned how this was the first time Twice did a city pop song. And that was my introduction to the city pop genre because I had never heard of it before, but now I love it thanks to Twice and this amazing song. It would be a major understatement to say I listened to this song so many times because I literally ate, slept, and dreamt about it. My approach for this choreo was to make it elegant and beautiful, but also keep it simple because this instrumental for this song is not hyperactive. It's pretty chill, but not too chill. And like I said before, it has a very jazzy vibe, jazzy melody to it. So I wanted to make all of the moves look very, very pretty. I knew my biggest challenge, as always, would be lip singing, executing the moves properly, showing some type of facial expressions, which I still lack very much. And while I was practicing, I couldn't help but hear mentor Lisa's voice in my head. You know, Lisa from Blackpink, when she was a judge on that Chinese survival competition show with the trainees, and she was mentoring them in dancing. As I was practicing, I couldn't help but hear her voice point your fingers straight, smile, more energy. She was just really in my head. I could just hear her being like, smile, you need to smile. The first part of the song I started to choreograph was the intro. The intro is purely instrumental. So I wanted it to be groovy and match the tempo of the music. I didn't want to just stand there and wait until they started singing to start dancing. And I wanted it to be memorable because Twice has so many iconic intros. I mean, I think maybe in all their songs, whether there's an instrumental intro or not, they always have a really cool, fun intro that they start with. One example, I Can't Stop Me. In the beginning, when it starts, the instrumental, it's like they're being controlled by the sound of the bell in I Can't Stop Me. And I thought that was a really fun and cool intro. And I knew I wanted one of me to start dancing first and have the other two of me join in one at a time. So, one person starts doing some dance moves and then the other person comes, followed by the third. And I also knew I wanted to have my back facing the camera for the intro at the beginning. And the moves came easy. I didn't have to spend a lot of time thinking about what I wanted to do. And then I added these hand moves along with this little step to the front, a little hip roll, step to the front, hip roll. So I focused on following the change in the sound. So in the intro, there's this jazzy sound going on. And then I don't know if this is the sound of a bell, a synthesizer, or whatever, but you have the do 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 do, and then it comes this do do do, this really high sound. The hands to come in when it comes, and it goes do 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 do. Do 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 do. So I wanted to hit those marks. If you've listened to Say Something and you listen to the intro, maybe you know what I'm talking about, but that was a pretty bad rendition of me trying to sing the instrumental. Moving on to the first verse. Since I ended the intro with my hand on my chest, I figured I should do some kind of connecting dance move just to make everything cohesive and make it easier. I thought of this connecting move we see right here, and then this little half turn move. And then when Jonghyun sings, "Where are we?" She's like, "Where are we?" I figured, I'm looking for something. She's like, "Where are we?" So I did the usual go-to move when you're searching for something, putting your hand on your forehead and looking. For the first pre-chorus, I spent a ridiculous amount of time on the pre-chorus because for the part when Jihyo's like, "Mami Kiyuro, I've been waiting for you." I think the translation says, "My heart tilts, I've been waiting for you." So I wanted to do something with the heart, but I didn't want to make a heart with my hand. I thought that'd be kind of cliche and not match the vibe of this song. So I kept changing it. So I would put both hands on the left side of my chest, put it out in front, make a fist, and try to do some kind of a turn and some flowy arms. But when I did that, it was too long for that section of the song. When "Mami Kiyuro, I've been waiting for you." It was just it's quick. So I was doing too many dance moves in a short amount of time, and it wasn't working. And I was like, okay, what do? I don't know what to do. I want something that looks good and fits. So I did spend a lot of time trying to switch it up. And then I ended up settling for, one hand on the hip, one hand on the shoulder, and one leg up. Go down, come up, and then end with two hands crossed over on the right side of my chest, and this little shoulder push, and your shoulder and your knee push out at the same time, and then you come back and you point forward. So I ended up settling for that because it fit and it still looked nice, and I wanted something to look nice. Oh, and then when Chui says, "Daddy Giyumyeon, I'm ready for you," I think that part translates to, "When the moon wanes, when the moon changes, I'm ready for you." For this part, it was easy because I knew I wanted to somehow incorporate the shape of the moon into the choreography. Center me, just have arms wide open, kind of making a circle shape. Okay, so let's talk about the chorus. So for both choruses, I left them the same. Along with the pre-chorus, the chorus was very challenging to choreograph. And when the pre-chorus ends and they say, "내 이름이 들려오는 이 순간에," so when my name is called, so then I do this move where I have my hand ending next to my ear. So then since the chorus is next, I figured I'll just move my hand from my ear to my mouth, and that will set me up for the chorus. So I had my hand by my mouth, my other hand on my hip, and then I said, what if I do put one leg up somehow? So then I came up with putting one leg up, but then my foot would be on the thigh of my opposite leg. So I'm like balancing on myself. And then I do like a twirl the hand, shoot it out diagonally, put my hand around my head, and then the rest as you see here. So I wanted to match how they were saying say something. Then for the last part of the chorus, when they say something like 8 times, I said, okay, now I need to do something for this part. I thought a lot. I'm like, what should I do? I didn't really know what to do. But then I just settled on interlacing my hands, putting them in front of my mouth, so then you just see my eyes, and doing this kind of like hip sway kind of move. In verse 2, Chewy starts off and she's mentioning how the street lamp is always standing alone. So I wanted to like mimic the shape of a street lamp somehow. I mean, it's hard to look like a street lamp, but street lamps are usually tall. This move came really easy too. It's just like folding your hands together in front of you and doing this kind of like step, half turn, step, half turn, step, half turn. So then I would have center me do this little hand tick move. So I wanted to do like this tick where I like spread my hands open, close them, spread them open, close them for the middle. And then for the other two, you know, there aren't like one arm up straight, and then do this little like tick move. Dahyun comes in and she's talking about how the lights with the same expression seem different today. I actually spent a lot of time on this too. Like, I didn't really know what to do. Like, I was wondering, should I continue mimicking with the street lamp idea, like mimicking that but make it different? And I was like, what should I do? And then I finally came up with start off just taking a step, like just like act like you're walking forward, but you're taking a step first. And then when Dahyun says so for the first that's just like taking a step forward. Let's do like arm out to the side, but one arm is out to the side and one is like if you're holding like a like a baseball in your hand, hands over your head, bring it to the side, tap your shoulder, do this little chest circle. And then the bridge, which is when Mina has her solo moment, and she's like talking about when all the city lights turn off, and she says 도시에서 같은 사이로. So that's very pretty. So I said, okay, center me is just going to walk forward slowly and maintain eye contact. It also sounds very hypnotizing, so I said center me is just going to walk forward at the beginning of this. And while she's walking forward, I wanted the other two of me to make some kind of a cityscape shape with my arms. And I remember thinking, you know, how can I make like the shape of a building with my arms and not make it look like the street lamp shapes I did with my arms in the second verse. So one arm is up straight, and then the hand is facing down. The other arm is up, making like a square shape. So I figured I'll just do that. We have center me walking forward, walking through this like cityscape. And then I wanted the other two of me to turn and face away from center me. Center me is just gonna take a step and shoot my hand up, and then other two of me are gonna half turn. We're gonna spin and land on one knee and have both fists up above my head, and then they open. For the instrumental outro, as the song is ending, there is this beautiful jazzy outro. I put my hands on my hips, and then I just like trailed my hands up to my chest. Do left arm to the side and have my right arm behind my head, like touching my elbow, like this kind of move. And then like with one leg crossed over and leaning on one leg, so kind of like you're stretching. And this move, when I thought of this move, I immediately thought of Momo. Like, this is such a kind of like, if you stay in this pose, like I feel like it's such a sexy move, and it reminded me of Momo because no matter what kind of choreography Momo does, it's just always, she always looks sexy doing it. That's just, she puts all that power in it. So step back, and as I'm doing that, you know, the arm that is up would just, when I step back, would just go to my hip, and the other hand would just cover my eyes, and now you just see my mouth. So it goes. So then I did like this little like hip sway, hip shake kind of move. So I wanted to do like a stepping out and like reaching for something and then turning, and then having each of me like do it one at a time. So for the dance practice, since when I make choreography, I feel like when I make it, I'm also practicing it because I'm making up the moves, going through it, seeing how it looks. So since I feel like the choreography, I felt like it was ingrained in my body already, I didn't spend a lot of days practicing. I think I spent 4 days of real dance practice where I was just really going through the whole thing. For the styling, I took all of the inspiration from the outfits from the style version of the Eyes Wide Open album cover. I adore these outfits. They give off a retro chic vibe that is so classy. I decided, since I always do 3 outfit changes for the choreography video, I decided I wanted to recreate this like black and gray print that they had going on in these outfits. So I really love these outfits because they look both uniform and individual. Everyone is wearing the same prints, just different styles, different pieces. Some have pants, some have shorts, some have skirts, some have blazers, some are wearing a dress. So I found these slacks and this like jumper skirt piece and this blazer. So I wanted to just have like variation. So these are the chorus outfits. I think the skirt jumper looks very cute, so I wanted to have like a cute look, and then the slacks feel like that's more chic and more sleek kind of look, and the blazer, I wanted it to be kind of like a more sexy look, so I have this hat with it, and then I would have like these thigh-high socks and some shorts under, so that the blazer could just be kind of like if it was like a dress kind of situation or a long top. The outfits for the verses, I wanted to do like winter casual cute, but not too fancy, so something simpler than the other outfits, but not too dressed down. And I also wanted to wear a furry headband to make it look cute. So I found these long sleeve shirts. One is burgundy, one is brown, one is blue, and I paired it with the same khaki colored skirt. And then these 3 fuzzy headbands. One headband is off-white, one is gray, and then the other is also like off-white with like little flecks of golden brown. So these are just kind of like wintry but casual outfits. For the bridge until the end of the song, I chose a black and white pattern because this song is, I feel like it's very elegant and classy, so I wanted to have outfits that were classy as well. I have this black and white checkered dress with these like flowy sleeves, and then a collar, like these 2 hanging pieces that you could tie into a nice bow collar. And then the next outfit, this black skirt with a chain at the waist, and then a sleeveless fuzzy turtleneck. And then the other outfit is this like black sweater, but it's kind of like off the shoulder, and then this like black and white skirt, pairing it with this white knitted hat that you could put on the side to make it look preppy. And for the makeup, like I've been doing for most of my choreography videos, I kept the makeup light, so neutral eyeshadow colors and clear lip gloss. I didn't want to use a bold lip color because this song has a very soft, magical, enchanting aesthetic. I didn't want to put that, bright red lip color. Alright, we are at the end of the video. If you watched the whole video, I just want to say thank you so much. I do really appreciate that. And if you watched just a little bit of the video, I also thank you and appreciate that as well. As I make more B-side choreography, I will continue to make these behind the scene videos, so stay tuned for that. I'm always working on new choreography, but it does take time, and I usually go for songs that I love and that do not have any choreography for them. And nowadays I feel like more and more groups are just like promoting every song on their album, so then every song has a choreography. So yeah, I just, to let you know, I usually like to choreograph for songs that don't have any choreography, because then I feel like they're a blank slate and just ready to be turned into something creative, as opposed to a B-side song that has choreography and the choreography is well loved by many people, and it's just sort of like feels like it's already there, so it's like why mess with it, why touch it. I do hope that one day soon I could take requests, so stay tuned for more videos, and I will see you next time on the B-side.